Hey guys, it's Thunder here, and welcome to part 8 of Driver. Now that we're done with the undercover, it's time to show off some of the little extra bits that are in the game. Starting, of course, with the driving games. So you get a whole bunch of different driving games modes throughout the game, and the first of which is a simple mode known as Pursuit. There's a 2 for each city, one for Miami, one for San Francisco, one for Los Angeles, and Miami, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York. Excuse me. For this, I'm just gonna be showing them off, generally just one for each thing, because basically you get the idea after I've at least shown off one of them. So I won't be trying to talk too much during loading, but basically just this time I was just kind of started pressing before I finished. So anyways, Pursuit mode has a very, and I mean very simple premise. All you have to do is basically chase someone down and run into their car and disable them before the time limit runs out. And because their cars are usually made of paper, this usually goes pretty quickly. I'm also, by the way, after the incidents of probably Hazard's run, I'm on the 1x CPU overclocking, which is why the game doesn't look like it's running as smooth. And I'm just at the moment just kind of too lazy to change it. I had to set it to 1x overclocking for a video I was working on before, and I was kind of too lazy to fix it back, so I apologize. This is kind of how the game would more or less run on an actual PlayStation 1, minus the graphical tweaks. So, but you still get the main you still get the main idea anyways. And I forgot to turn off my Skype. Oh boy. And pretty much that's all you have to do. Just get them before the time ends and you'll win. So, on to the next mode. So the next mode is a mode called Getaway, which has a simple sounding premise. So for this let's head to Los Angeles for this one. So Getaway is a pretty simple one. You're basically being chased by the police, and the whole point is to try to lose the cops. And really, the whole purpose of this mode is just to try to see how fast you can do it. There's no time limit. The time is just how long it takes you to get away from the cops. So really, the whole purpose of this one really is to try to just kind of beat your score and see how quick you can get rid of the cops on you. So pretty much a lot of evasive maneuvering and trying to just figure out ways to kind of easily dispatch of the cop. Which, not exactly is the easiest thing to do, because, the cops can easily kind of keep up and kind of rubber band to you. Or, you could be like the bit of the asshattery that I am and try to disable their car. Which I don't quite recall if it even works in this mode or not. I don't think it does, actually. No, because, see, they're already on fire, and so yeah, you can't do that in the Getaway mode. But basically, it's the whole idea of just try to drive and try to get them off you. See how quick you can do it. Records the time, yada yada yada. I'm gonna take that chance for him to get stuck to kind of get away from him, and there we go. He's already out of sight. So it's a bit of a good luck with on my part there. And there you go. Once you got rid of it, there you go. That's all you have to do. So, Getaway is pretty simple. Next mode. So next you have is a Crosstown checkpoint. Again, you have 2 for each city, so I'm just going to show off one of them. For example, the one in New York. So, Crosstown checkpoints have a pretty simple premise. You're basically going all around the city trying to hit a bunch of checkpoints. Pretty much something like that. And again, you're not being timed for this. You just gotta complete it, and the goal is just to see how quick you can do it. Because, the point is that they're kind of going with is to kind of just come back to this and see if you can beat your time or whatnot. So, again, I'm not really doing a very great job of this, but really right now, again, those taxis really are a bunch of fucking assholes. But really, the whole intention is to just try to do it as quick as you can and see what kind of time you get. So I'm not gonna try to purposely You know, I'm not purposely trying to do exceptionally well, especially since I'm having a lot of trouble even controlling this car for some reason, to be perfectly honest. Not sure why. It didn't feel as this sensitive in the handling the last time I played this game. Maybe I just haven't... It's been because a couple days have passed since I did the last part, that what I thought I knew how to play with has gone down the drain. And also, the checkpoints are extremely sensitive. You have to be right on them, or else it's not going to really do anything. So it's incredibly infuriating, because you think you're close enough, you'll be right on the checkpoint, but you're not. You won't be. So, oh Jesus Christ, see, this is why I don't really like the New York area of this game, because the traffic just always tends to get in your way and never really sticks to one path. So, but you know, you pretty much get the idea. It's just we're constantly just kind of driving around and seeing exactly what kind of times you can manage. So, one more checkpoint for this one. I'm just gonna finish up here and hopefully not kill myself. If I do, oh well. Because again, you know, New York, it's very easy to have traffic run into you. Okay, we're almost there now. And there you go. That's pretty much what those are. And you see, even here you can enter score instead of saying exit. So, and pretty much the enter score button is pretty much exactly as you would imagine it to be. It's just a place where you can enter your score. Oh, I can't even fit Thunder, huh? We'll just go with Thund. Whatever. Anyways, Trailblazer. There's again 2 for each city. Let's go back to Miami for this one. So, the Trailblazer is a little bit different. It's got a similar premise to the Crosstown checkpoint, except you got to follow a linear path, getting a series of flags. And basically, the score on the right just kind of keeps track of your best time, the amount of flags, and the time. All whilst at the same time, however, you're being constantly timed. You have a low time limit, and you basically have to rush some of these as fast as possible, or else you risk running out of time. So I'm not going to keep going on with this one, because there's like 100 flags, so yeah. Now, of course, one of the most infamous race types is survival. Basically, survival has a very simple premise, and for this, we're going to go to San Francisco. Now, what is the survival mode? Well, you're being constantly chased by cops who want you dead and pretty much can drive at the speed of really fast. It's kind of like the President's Run. The thing is, however, unlike other modes, the whole purpose of this mode isn't so much to just get away from them, as basically you can't. The whole purpose is to try to see how long you lasted, which for me was not very long, so we're going to do that again. But basically, yeah, the whole you're being scored for how long you can last. I've seen some people last for quite a few minutes. I don't have that kind of capability, but one of the reasons that people love to use the San Francisco map for the survival is because of all the little jump areas. Due to the car physics, cars often tend to fly around, and in most cases try to just go reach insane heights. I'll show it off one more time, just because I can. But basically, people will, because of the fact that the cars just often go absolutely batshit crazy here due to it, it makes for a lot of entertaining moments, especially in the film director. Especially if you say you're jumping. Oh God, I've already flipped on my side. It's not a great start, not really a great way. I mean, you get the general idea. I'm not going to keep really going with this. Basically, the best you can do is just see how long you can last. I've been given a challenge to try to do this for 25 minutes, and look at this, I can't even last 30 seconds right now, so that would probably not be a smart challenge to do anyways. One last one. So now that just leaves us with Dirt Track. You can either practice or do time trials for this one, so we're going to go right into time trials, and we're going to just show off one of them. So, the Dirt Tracks is basically just kind of like a very simple linear drive around a dirt path for a set amount of laps and see what the best time you can get. It's a little bit strange that they give you a practice, especially since you're not being timed for this, but hey, what can you do? I mean, all the tracks, of course, have, you know, different layouts too, so I think the car is also always the same. You use the Miami Chevelle Malibu looking thing. Although in the PC version, it looks more like a Buick GSX, but we'll get to that a little bit later into the LP. But yeah, it's pretty much, the first one is a very simple, like, 4 corners and whatnot, and you'll get penalized if you hit any of the cones. So anyways, yeah, the reason I only wanted to kind of focus on one for each in the driving games is because if I were to do all of them, we'd be here for quite a while, and I kind of want to be able to move on to the next part, which is going to be a lot more fun. So stay tuned for that part, where we'll be looking at, yes, you probably may have guessed it, we'll be looking at the cheats that we've unlocked throughout the game. So, stay tuned for that, and as always, you can follow me at HGCentralYT on Twitter to just basically get the best updates as soon as possible. You can join my forum board at hgcentral.freeforums.net. You can donate to my Patreon. It's not required, but if you do, thank you very much. And as always, like I just said, thank you very much for watching, and take care.